Today I want to start, as you mentioned, a very miraculous sign of creation, mashallah. Let's first imagine that you are living in a world that while having very cold storms, then suddenly the climate changes and boiling hot fluids follows these storms. And the weather changes in this world so fast that, for example, the temperature can reach to 70 or nearly 80 degrees, and then suddenly the same temperature can decrease to 1 to 2 degrees again in a few seconds. Of course, it is impossible for any man to survive in these conditions, but what I have just described was actually the climate of our mouth, mashallah. Yes, we can drink boiling hot tea or soup, and also we can afterwards eat ice cream exactly. And even if damage occurs on our tongue, it can regenerate itself in a few hours. I believe that everyone should have experienced this in his life.
Yes, and if you drink, for example, hot tea or something very, very hot, so you can damage your tongue. It is very special that the tongue in several days is like a new, mashallah.
Yes. And what a miracle is about this, you start to taste exactly the same just before that you hurt your tongue. And yes, this is a miracle Allah created in our mouth. Our mouth is protected. The sense of taste is also created in our mouth, and our tongue is the center of taste. I don't know if you know, but exactly right now there are 20,000 kinds of edible plants on earth, and according to different cultures and different likes, there are countless very much cuisines in the world, like Mexican food, like Ottoman cuisines, French, Italian, and although there are so many foods and drinks, it is very easy for us to differentiate any kind of food, even how it is cooked. I believe that it would be very easy for anyone to separate the taste of boiled or fried chicken. And the secret in this is behind the flawless creation of our tongue. There are so many nerve fibers in our tongue, and it is very strong muscle that we can move it easily. We use our tongue while talking, speaking, chewing, and when we start eating something, first the food becomes soft and moist by salina, and then our tongue carries this mixture to pharynx. And during this time, the taste cells on our tongue start to work. And there are very special cells positioned on the tongue that have the ability of the taste. And there are exactly 50 to 100 taste cells in a taste bud. And these taste buds are gathered inside the special structures called papilla. And papilla is something that you can even see with naked eye when you look on your tongue. And papilla, this little organs, makes the tongue rough and also position on the upper surface of the tongue and some parts of the mouth. And there are actually 4 types of papilla positioned on different parts of the tongue. Some look like mushroom, and just because of this they are called fungiform papilla. And some kinds are round shaped, and some kinds of papillas are thin and long, and some of them are just for mechanical effect, don't have chemical effect on the tongue. And it is very miraculous that the number and also the position of these papilla are very perfect, that we can taste by the most ideal way, alhamdulillah. And only one thing is, if only one thing is changed in the position or number of the papillas or these taste buds, we could never taste anything.
And also imagine if they were not on the top of on the surface of the tongue, but embedded on the bottom of the tongue, then we would never be able to taste anything.
Yes, it is miraculous.
It is miraculous, mashallah.
And today scientists say that there are 5 different types of tastes. We know that salty, sour, sweet, bitter, and finally the umami. The first 4 one is, we know maybe the first 4 one, but the 5th one, the umami, is special for proteins-based nutrients. And scientists used to believe that these tastes have special parts on our tongue. For example, they used to believe that front is sweet part, back is bitter, and sides are sour, and edges were salty. But now we know that that is not that simple. because this means every taste bud contains different taste cells, and also each cell responds to different kind of signal, and they have much more a complex communication style. Actually, it takes 0.2 to 0.5 seconds for us to sense the taste of any kind of a food, and it is shorter than blinking our eye. It is miraculous. And the small taste cells contain small microvilus. They are like hair-like structures, and these small hair-like structures reach to the mucosa membrane of the tongue through a hole at the center of taste buds, and the diameter of this hole is actually only 4/1000 of a millimeter. And when there is something causes a signal on these taste cells, they affect the ion channels or also the membrane proteins of the cells. And I mean, sweet, bitter, and umami have their own ways of stimulating the cell. And on the other hand, the salt and the sorwa have another way, like opening the ion channels. And these are millions of taste molecules, and we eat many different mixture of foods and containing many tastes at the same time. But each hair on the surface of each small taste cell knows what we are eating, although they have never seen these kinds of foods before. And besides, our taste cells know these tastes from the moment that we born, as a miracle. And before they have ever tasted sweet, bitter, salty, or other taste molecules. And it is obvious that there is a miracle in the taste, and also it is created, and scientists even are not aware of how they are working, but these molecules working properly as a miracle of Allah, and this could never happen by coincidence, as some so-called scientists claim nowadays.
MashaAllah. And also, as we have talked about taste, taste is something that Allah let us taste it. We can taste something because Allah let us taste it. And there are, as you described, Sister Gülen, there are some special taste buds on our tongue, and we cannot taste anything if there were no taste buds. If Allah don't want us to taste, we cannot. And this is something very obvious, that Allah knows and creates everything. And like tasting something, also we can understand and feel things. Like the things that we observe from the world, we can also sense them. We can also understand. We have feelings for them.